I think the really positive stories and positive approaches that Wi-Fi's developed and that have been kind of brought together as a result of the project. And it's really inspiring to hear about some different ways of working that are working really well for people.
What stood out for me most is the statistic that 60% of clients use their navigator as their next of kin in the event of when they died, and I think that's truly shocking, that that lack of society connection.
The thing that most stood out for me today was just the positive kind of role that Wi-Fi as a project programme has had across the areas that it's been working in, and also how that can be replicated to kind of make sure that there's some kind of legacy for when it ends.
What stood out for me most was listening to the speaker, who was the criminologist, the professor of criminology. His passion and his belief, and backing up that we have all these ridiculous things that's put in writing that actually don't mean anything. It just really resonated with me and just hit home a little bit.
What stood out for me most from today was the amount of people in Leeds City Centre that are in one room with the whole sole focus of offering support to vulnerable adults. The speakers that we heard from today, it was absolutely awe-inspiring, and for so many people to be a part of that, it's kind of rarely seen within the third sector, isn't it?
Today I've learnt about the recovery model, the CHIME model, which is connection, hope, identity, meaning and empowerment, and I thought that's a great thing to take back to work.
What I learned from today was that there is a whole network of people and resources outside from the one in which I currently work. It was great to meet more people, to understand, to put faces behind the email signatures, and to understand for our clients that come to our service, to be able to say with confidence, go and see Shirley or go and see Carl, they'd be absolutely wonderful. And for us to be able to have quite a holistic approach then to the person accessing our service, to be able to refer them to other services.
I learnt loads. I'm not sure if I can pin one thing down. I already had quite a good knowledge of Wi-Fi and what it does. I learnt that as an organisation, there's a lot more going on than I knew about. It's not just working with the kind of beneficiaries. There's stuff going on about training with Roger Abbott, I did a session with, and how to kind of embed co-production in the workplace, and how to make workplaces more kind of adept to working with people with multiple and complex needs.
I don't know about if it's what I've learned, but whether it's what it's backed up is the way I've been working is the way forward. And I'm so proud that I've been a total believer in working that way anyway. And it just substantiates the way I hope to take our services forward as well.
I've learned that we need to keep funding these projects. There are still vulnerable people. It's not like the vulnerable people are going to suddenly, the need for this project is going to evaporate in 2020. You know, it doesn't work like that.
In my organisation, we're moving towards more of a strengths-based approach, and today has really confirmed for me that that's the right direction to be travelling in, and so I'm going back with kind of renewed impetus to take that forward.
The changes that I'd like to see within my own organisation for people to get better support, I would probably say would actually be more communicative outreach to the public and a greater understanding of people with complex needs. People can say that that's down to the government, but as a service in Leeds we don't get statutory funding. We are solely dependent upon donations from members of the public and I suppose private grants that we apply for. For me, I work for Big Issue North, where vendors buy each magazine for £1.25 and sell to the public for £2.50. At this moment in time, Big Issue North vendors make far less money than people who are begging, and that's a problem, A, for the vendor, and B, for the person who is begging, because they're caught in that trap where they've got a support need themselves. And I would say what I would like to see within my own service is to be able to put more information out there to members of the public that you are doing such a kind thing, but there's ways in which your money can go further, and it's by supporting services under the banner of either Big Life Group or West Yorkshire Finding Independence.
We're growing as a company and we're trying to embed some of what we've talked about today within our practices. So it's really useful for me to take away and to think about how I can further do that. So I think we are making the changes to be able to do that. Like, we're all geared towards getting people employed who have criminal records. So and who have extra needs. So that's part of a way that I think can be done. So trying to work out how we can do that in the best way possible was really useful for me.
The changes I'd like to see put in place is easier access into services. We have, in our organisation, we have difficulties differentiating between people's needs. So as in all complex needs, such things as dual diagnosis, trying to get that person seen by that right person is really needs to be an easier process.